As a queer Asian person, there's like a lot of fear of being kicked out, of being left, of leaving family. I find that the Asian community just really isn't as accepting or as knowledgeable about queer identities than it is in the West, or like the English-speaking world, or that kind of stuff. For me, I speak Cantonese at home, and I find that the language itself just doesn't have the words to really describe or to really communicate like what it is that I'm feeling, or like what it is that what my identities are. And just having that language itself is a barrier. Without language, it's hard to wrap your head around what it is we're talking about. And I find that's kind of like the thing with a lot of Asian parents, is just not understanding, not getting it, and not really willing to understand. Sometimes growing up, parents might say things about like being gay or being trans, or like they're just like comments that they don't think means much, but if it's been repeatedly told to you over and over again, it's hard to come out to parents if they're like that, knowing that they're not going to take it well. Being queer and Asian, I don't know that many people who are queer and Asian. I mean, there are, but it's not that many. Especially, there aren't that many queer Asian therapists. I wanted to find a therapist who like was both queer and Asian, because that means they would understand me better. But it was just a struggle to like find someone. Like I could find someone who was Asian, who was Chinese, who spoke my language, but they would not understand when I said that, oh, I'm ace, or like they just didn't get it. And then I would find someone who was accepting of my ace identity, but they just didn't understand like the more cultural aspects of it. And so it was really hard, because it did feel like leaving parts of myself in that sense, because it feels like the therapist who's supposed to understand me, who's supposed to listen to me and like just don't, then it's hard not to just leave parts of yourself at the door.